Um, okay, now this is a habanero. This is a habanero, and this is a serrano pepper. And then over here I have a poblano. Doing really well. Another tomato in here. And I didn't think this one was going to make it, but look at all those new little leaves popping up all over it. Even got a couple kind of deformed looking, but a couple jalapeno peppers popping up on there. So it's great to see the spring come and bring life to these things. This container here, once again, I had some old seeds. I had some onions from a few years back where I was growing onions in my container garden, and I've not seen anything, so I may have to reuse that for something. And then here's my last grow container. This is doing, I'm pretty happy with what's going on in here, even though, as you can see, I'm not real great on the straight lines, but these are all radishes from seeds. They've all popped up, and I've been using water from the aquaponic system to supplement the regular when the sprinklers pop on in the morning. But they're all doing really well. Real happy with that. And then I got a tomato plant that it got ravaged by the winds as well, but doing much better. So that's how my gardening is doing. I'll pause right now. Well, I wanted to share this little bit here too. This is a nectarine tree that I planted about, I think it's already been a couple of years, and man, it's doing real well. And look at all these. I'm kind of afraid that I have too many fruit on here, but they're all doing well. They're growing. They're all looking. I had a lot of blooms on this little tree. I'm getting lots of fruit. And when I bought this tree, it was probably about 5 feet tall, and I think it's up to about 8 foot right now. Make sure it gets plenty of water, and I got some of those fruit tree fertilizer sticks in the ground. I got a couple of those going, so I'm really happy how it's been going so far. And shoot, if half of these fruit make it, I'll be plenty happy. But there's got to be about 50, 60 nectarines on this tree right now. I mean, that's what I can see on this side alone. Gotta love the spring. Alright, and I thought I'd end this video on, a lot of people have been asking about how my fish are doing. I've been kind of resisting putting it on because basically the water needed to clear up, because you know, there wasn't a whole lot of going on during the winter months, and I got a lot of algae growing, but got a new filter put in here. The water's cleared up. I can see all the way to the bottom, and I bought some more algae eaters, so they're doing their job. Now I have made some changes. I added I eliminated some of the PVC from my system. I went to these hoses, and they seem to be working much better. I'm getting much better flow rate. I've also put in one of these Venturi to add some air to the system, because you can never have too much air in the, especially when you got a lot of fish growing. I'm going to make sure I do this without dropping. These are the remaining goldfish, and they've all gotten much bigger. I mean, it's pretty amazing. They think it's feeding time, so they're all coming up here. Not quite sure if you can, the video camera is picking up, you can see all the way to the bottom. I've had a couple things fall in there that I got to figure out how to get them out. You know, this thing's about 4.5 feet deep, so it's not like I could just grab in there. But I'm not sure if you can see. I'll review the video. But the catfish are alive and well. I've got, see if I can get a quick rundown of what I have going in here. I think out of the goldfish, looks like I have about 12, maybe 15, which I think these are guys, all the remaining ones that are either too big to fit in a catfish mouth or just too fast. But they've all gotten pretty big. I got a couple perch in there. And those guys are pretty fast. And they've grown a little bit. Out of the 4 bluegill that I had last season, I only have 2 left. And they've grown a little bit. They're not that big. They're probably only about maybe 8-10 ounces each. And I'm not sure what that is in the metric for the rest of the planet outside the United States that uses metric. But I found 2. One was had actually jumped out of the tank, and I didn't find out until it was too late. He was already dead. And another one that he was floating. I'm not sure what killed him, but looked like a catfish had taken his tail off, munched on it. So he went into the garden. And like I said, I'm not sure if you can see the catfish in there, but I believe, so I still have 2 bluegill in there. And out of the catfish, I still have that one catfish, the original one, and he's huge. I don't know if you can see his dark shadow down there. You'll be able to see it much better once all the algae's eaten up, because then I'll have light. I can see all the way to the bottom. I'm not sure if the camera can catch it, but you can see him, dark figure lurking about at the bottom, and he's got to be about, 18, 20 inches now. Then his 2 buddies, the next biggest ones, are got to be about 14, 16 inches. And then I think I have about 10, maybe 12 smaller ones that range anywhere from about 4 inches to maybe 8 inches. So this tank is full of catfish. And they all look really well. I seem to be happy with some of the changes I've made. Filters are going. I added a box filter to this as well, and that's definitely helped to clear up the water. I added a box filter about 5 days ago, and like I said, now I can see all the way down to the bottom. I just hope that the camera can catch that. Because I'm looking at the water in my swirl filter now, and it's crystal clear. The box filter is really doing well. Now I'm going to have to check to see, since it's a new box filter, how many times I'm going to have to change it. Or at least clean the filter out. But I believe that'll probably help your aquaponics, because I'll be able to use that water to well, not actually aquaponics, the gardening system. Be able to use that water to feed those plants with. So nothing goes to waste in this system. I'll have to check and see how this video comes out. But that's about it. Had somebody asking how my I got one of these pretty cheap. It's one of these Black Flag bug zappers, and I didn't have it going during the winter, but you know, things swarm up here in Texas, start getting a lot more bugs, and that's what this thing's for. And to show you how it's working, the plants really, I mean the fish really like it. Basically, it's got an ultraviolet light in there, black light. It tracks all the insects, the ones at night, moths and flies and mosquitoes. Thank God we haven't had any mosquitoes yet. It's still a bit chilly for that. But they come in, they get zapped, and usually they'll just fall right back into the tank and the fish take care of it. But what I'll also do is every couple days, just really simple, and usually the goldfish and the bluegill will take care of the zap bugs that fall in. Add a little bit of protein to their lives and make use of some of nature's gifts, so these pests become food for the fishes. And now the catfish have, I mean the goldfish have realized the food is dropped in. They're taking care of it. Well, that gives me an idea. I'm going to pop in some catfish chow that I have. So hopefully you get to see some of the catfish. The bluegill and the dogfish, but looks like the catfish are being kind of skittish. Well, I figure since I could see them all the way through down to the bottom, they could probably see me, so it kind of goes both ways. And this video is getting kind of long, so I'll go ahead and end it right now. But I thought I'd share some of the latest updates. So as usual, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the space provided. And you know, questions, I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. And thanks for watching. And if you like this video, I have plenty more, and please subscribe and tell your friends.